Hello and welcome to the very first series of Isusa podcast titled So You Want to Pass. And today on our maiden episode, Breaking Through the Waves of Second MB, we are presenting a comeback strategist, a first-time acer and a distinction scholar who have survived through the hardship the second MB has thrown at them and have agreed to share their experiences so you can learn from them. Before I begin, I am a very mercenary Maniwan for the host of this show, and I am here with Miss Maduka Fichima, the comeback strategist, the CEO of Miss KF Brands, a videographer, and also the face of NIMSA 2024-2025. She began her entrepreneurial journey with a fragrance venture, eventually transitioning into clinical couture, of which she owns a brand called Model Stitches by Miss KF. In conjunction with all this, she also acts as the secretariat lead for the Chapel of His Resurrection Drama Group. Also here with me is our first-time acer, Miss Okonkwo, who is a gifted singer, a dedicated twin, and a warm family person. She served at St. Rita Chaplaincy as the sacristan of the altar servant and also as an official in the Nigerian News Living with Hypertension Foundation, and brings music to life with her guitar, all while traveling as a seasoned entrepreneur. And also here with me is our next speaker, who is a proof that balance comes in calm packages, Mr. Xylene. Mr. Xylene earned a distinction in biochemistry, showcasing not just intelligence but remarkable diligence and focus. Beyond the textbook, he is a devoted reader and passionate film enthusiast. He's someone who finds stories in both science and art. Though soft-spoken, he carries a presence that commands attention. It's my privilege to invite Styling to the stage. Alright, here with me, I'll be starting with Ms. Maduka Fichima, the comeback strategist. Ms. Maduka, you've achieved so much during your second stint in second MB block, and I actually genuinely admire how you overcame everything. I admire your strength in pushing past the stigma and judgment of having to spend an extra year back. Could you walk us through how you achieved this?
It was not something that was easy though, because left for me, I didn't really want to stay back. I would have wanted to left the school, and start all over again. But I had friends around me who were also there to motivate me and walk me through it. And along this, I felt like God has a purpose for everything, because I believe that God had a reason why He did what He did. And I also believe that I can stay in this school and God will see me through, because He said that He will not give us something that we cannot handle. So I felt that that was my motivation, getting through this phase. God and my friends by my side.
Wow, that's very nice. Okay, Ms. Maduka, as someone who sat the exam twice, what shifted in your strategy between your first try and your second attempt?
Okay, so one thing I noticed, because after I finished that exam, I went back because I told myself that okay, I put in all the work, but I was like, if I didn't put in all the work, then something could have still gone wrong. So I sat down with a book and paper and wrote down a list of things I felt were my mistakes. So one of them was, there's something we call studying hard, and you should study smart and not study hard, because there are a lot of materials to study, but some of those materials are not relevant. And how do you know the ones that are relevant? So by paying attention while you are in class, to know where the lecturer is pointing at, to know what he wants you to answer. The one other thing is that I found that I became an extrovert during this season, because before I was an introvert. I was someone I don't really like actually meet people because I'm really a shy person. So most times I don't even know what others are doing. Like, because you know that urban is different from backline. So when you enter backline, you are meant to, go out of your way, ask questions, know how the system is done. But to me, I didn't know that this would be a different system. I thought that you just open your book and just start reading and all that. The one thing again was, practicing essay questions and then giving it to people to like look at it and then know your errors. So these were some of the things that I was not doing then that I later corrected and many more others.
Okay, so this particular question is going to all our podcasters here, and the question is: what's one popular study advice you disagree with, and what would you recommend? So I will start with Miss Okonkwo here at my right.
So personally, one study opinion that I do not completely agree with is the notion of you have to make essay notes for you to pass or pass very well. I feel like essay note is not a necessity for you to pass, and sometimes some people end up making these essay notes and you don't go back to it. So like there's so much emphasis on this essay note of a thing, and I feel like that shouldn't even necessarily be the emphasis. Yes, you can make an essay note and you don't go back to it eventually, so you have literally just wasted your time. So if you know that you cannot make an essay note efficiently, you don't end up going to, because some people make this note and they don't read it. So that's just a waste of time for me. So essay note is good in its own way. Different people with different knowledge and different way they study, but do what works for you in essence. Don't be so fixated on the essay note. And you know personally that these notes don't help you in any way, but somehow just because of the trend you want to like continue the essay note and stuff. Like if it doesn't work for you, leave it. Find somebody else that has an essay note and use their own.
Alright, thank you, Miss Okonkwo, for that. Making essay notes is not really as important. That's what Miss Okonkwo says. But what about Master Zaire? What do you think about essay notes? Yes.
Okay, for me personally, I like making essay notes. Like it's hard for me to read something without actually jotting it down. So for me, for what she said, she's actually right. Some people actually read without making essay notes and it still works for them. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's what works for you that matters. So like for me now, anytime I'm about to read, I also make essay notes while reading. But sometimes I feel like I used to copy the whole textbook, so I'll be feeling bad for that. But at some point, I feel like it helps me because anytime I want to revise my notes, I'm basically almost revising the whole textbook again. So that's what helps me.
Alright. Master Zaire, I'll go back to the original question. What about you? What's one popular study advice you disagree with, and what would you recommend?
Okay, well, I guess one popular study advice I don't like is cramming. So some people like when it's close to exam, they just want to cram the whole stuff, write it in exam and pass, and just let it just go from their head. So that's something I don't actually advise people to do. One thing about me is that when I'm studying, I like to understand what I'm studying. Even if I don't remember that thing, I can still come back to it, and it will be easier for me to study it for the second time. So I might like understand what I'm studying, then try to use AI and other mechanisms to understand that to my fullest.
Okay, so the deal is try and understand what you're studying. Okay, that's a very good advice, Sir Zailin. Okay, what about you, Miss Maduka? What do you think?
One popular study advice I disagree with is you must use last anatomy. because back then during our first attempts, our seniors were saying you must use last anatomy. That is where they said the MCQ. But okay, personally, I went to go and buy the last anatomy. And every single time I open this book, I'm not even going to like I always cry reading this book because there is so much information in this book, and I keep on forcing myself that I must use it because they keep on saying use it. That's what they ask. Use it. That's what they ask. But during this my second attempt, I never opened last anatomy because I told myself that the same information in last anatomy is the same in vision. It's still the same in Cherusia. That no matter how they ask the question, once you know that thing, that you must always know the answer to that question. So like use the textbook that like works for you, not what people are like telling you that you must use, because all textbooks contain similar information.
All right. So, dearest, thank you, Miss Maduka. Okay, so dearest insights, the study advice our podcasters give to you is: number one, know yourself. Number two, always try to understand what you are reading. Do not cram. And number three, you must not use last anatomy to pass. Okay. So our next speaker, Miss Maduka, I will still come back to you. So our next speaker, Miss Okonkwo, you in my introduction, you engaged yourself in so many activities. You sing, you play the guitar, you do so many things, and all while passing, like all while being a student, passing through second MB life and all these things. So, Miss Okonkwo, how do you do all this and still have enough time for studying?
Okay. I don't know. Are we talking of the second MB aspect now, or well, funny enough, some of these positions I didn't really have them at the time of my second MB. So, but other than that, I don't know. Like, it's not really much, because some of these things I don't do them at the same time. So it's like a cycle of events, like basically a schedule. So I have like a whole week to do most of these things, and some of these offices are more of online positions. But it's not really hard. Like I always tell people, we have 24 hours in a day. 24 hours is a lot of time, and in as much as most times we feel like we don't have enough time, if you read every day for 24 hours, like you just put all your time reading every day for 24 hours, I don't know, I think you might be able to cover the whole semester's work in like 2 or 3 days. So out of that 24 hours, I basically just had to learn how to schedule my time, give myself time to do other things I needed to do, and still at the same time read, because that's the main point of the whole thing. And other than that, I think I was able to cope pretty well.
Alright, thank you so much, Miss Okonkwo, for that word of advice. And Miss Fechima, I have one question for you. Okay, Miss Fechima, what strategies would you recommend for a second MB student looking to manage a business and an active social life without compromising their academic success?
Just like the same thing that she said, we have 24 hours in a day. Because most people like make it look as if, because even if you're not doing a business, or you don't have any social life, you are not using that complete 24 hours studying. Sometimes, let's say out of like 4 hours, you might spend it just going through your phone, going online, just wasting data and all these things. So why not use that 4 hours out of that time, and like maybe do what you have to do, extra curricular, and just come back to your studies. Then one thing again is that let's say that we have 4 months in a semester. The first 1.5 months, you know that school is not school is not so serious at that time. So those months you can spend them like putting more effort in your business or any extra curricular activity, and then spending less in your studies. Then the remaining months, you now channel much of your time to your studies and now less to your business. So it's all about like balance, like know when to prioritize this one first and know when to switch back to what is your main reason for coming to school and all that.
Alright, thank you so much, Miss Maduka. So all she said in essence is know how to balance it, know when to do business and know when to put your time in your studies. Okay, and the next question is going to go to our distinction scholar here, and the question is: how did you cover and master all the topics in the second MB schedule before the exam?
Okay, well, the plain truth is that I didn't master all the topics. but I won't say it's impossible to master. It's doable, sha, but me, I couldn't do it because I feel like it's actually, well, I think what helped me in my distinction pursuit was that I focused, like I read my biochemistry smartly. So I focused on things that they like asking in previous years. So I normally go through past questions to know what days to ask. And it helps me to like pick topics to study for. So, and one thing I also like about myself that I was kind of consistent with my reading. So even if it's 3 hours, 4 hours I read every day, I try to achieve something in a particular day. Even though some days something might happen that I won't be able to read, but I actually try to achieve something every single day. So yeah, so that's what
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Zailin. Okay, and now we'll be going to another question for all our podcasters. So the question is, okay, during that moment of those few moments before they bring your paper for examination, how would you advise someone to read? Like, how would you advise someone to revise? What would be your tips? Okay, I should react to this. Okay. During those few moments or few minutes before exam that you're trying to cover up all everything that you need for that particular paper that you're writing, what would you advise someone like to do? How would you advise someone to go about covering each and every one of the topics before that paper?
Okay, so few minutes is actually very short time, so there's nothing much you can do at that
Okay,
moment.
pardon me. I say few minutes, few hours, like those 2 to 3 hours in the morning before your paper. Because normally in school, exams is normally start by 9. Yes, sometimes by 10. So maybe due to exam tension, you're waking up by 6 to prepare. So during that few moments, you need to cover a lot. So how do you go about it?
I feel like you actually look for those topics. There's always every course has key topics you actually meant to have read. So in your pursuit of reading, praying for the exam, and let's say you have covered some extent, but there's still some few topics that you're yet to cover. So I feel like you should use that time to cover those remaining topics, those key topics. You have to actually prepare smartly. So you actually pick topics that you read, like something like anatomy now. You know that there must be a joint, a vein, an artery, something like that. So you actually, anyone that you feel like you have not touched, that should be the best time to actually do it. Then if you also have additional time, anything that you read that night to exam, you can also revisit it for it to stick better. So
Okay, your take is read topics that you have not touched before. Okay, what about you, Miss Okonkwo?
Okay, so I feel like the moment shouldn't start the morning of your exam. I think that should be a night before or the day before, as a matter of fact. Because you have been accumulating a lot of information a week before this exam. So personally, what I do, because I like to work with a plan, so I draw up a plan, maybe bring out a list of topics that I'm still very shaky about, and I feel like are important for that exam. So bring out a list of the topics. Then let's say 2 days before the exam, or technically a day before the exam, I start reading them, then ticking them off my list. So usually the morning of that exam, I'm trying to finish up that list, or yeah, probably finish up the list. Then maybe if I still feel like okay, I'm through with the list, which is very unlikely. But if I still feel like I'm through with the list and I still need something else to do, maybe go through them again or something.
Thank you so much, Miss Okonkwo, for that one. So she's advising you that you should make a plan and you should start the night before your exam moment. How do you put it, man?
The exam morning should not be your moment.
She said exam morning should not be your moment. You should start the night before. Alright, Miss Fechima, what about you?
So there's something I want to say. You can never be prepared for an exam the way you want. Like, you always be like, I want more time, I want more time. And the more they give you that time, the more that you feel like you still want more time to still prepare again. So most times I feel like that's where faith comes in. If there is 100 topics in the semester, and I stayed with you from the beginning of the semester, and before the exam reached, and I read only 80, I just tell myself, God, I've read the much I can, and there's no way I'm going to enter that exam hall, and I'll not see like at least three or four from like 3 or 4 questions from those 80 topics that I read. Then the remaining 20, this is something like maybe you can just like glance through it and maybe just know like just a few things from it. So in the morning of that exam, let me give a reference for my last experience. So my last experience, most times, if I'm reading in the morning of that exam, the more I read, the more I remember some topics again that I still have to cover. So I'm now panicking. I'm not like, oh my goodness, oh my, like it's making me panic more and more. And like even the ones I've read, I'll start like forgetting them. So for me, like once I finish my night revision that night, in the morning of that exam, even if the exam is to start by 9 and they start it by 10, once I go to that exam, I make sure that I don't stay where people are revising, number one, because I don't want to be hearing topics that I've not read that one. I'll start panicking again. So I'll just sit down one place and I'll just be praying. Like that's what I'll just be doing, just be praying. God, I know that I've done the much I can. Let this question, let some of it be my favor, at least to up to 50%. So that when I just keep calm and just pray, because the more I read, the more I remember, oh, I've already this one, oh, I'll start panicking. So I just keep calm today, share the paper.
Right, thank you. Okay, thank you. Just a moment. Thank you so much, Miss Maduka. Okay, Miss Master Zaili wants to add something. So, Master Zaili, you can go on.
So something just came to my mind now, and another fun fact is that most times what you read that morning to exam doesn't come out.
Yeah.
It has happened to me almost every of my exam, and I'll end up panicking. At the end of the day, it's my residual knowledge that I used to write the exam. So I feel like that morning you should mostly use it to solidify what you have read before, so you have to sink better into your head. Like you shouldn't start panicking about what other people are reading and trying to read what they're reading, to just solidify the ones you have read and pray to God and hope that the question that comes out to be what you know.
All right. Thank you so much, Master Zailin, for that question. So I'll be needing you guys to share experiences on how exam anxiety has affected your examination. Maybe a particular experience that you were so anxious, you were panicking, and you were like, Jesus, 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 and it just affected that exam. So I think I'll start with Miss Okonkwo as my right.
Okay, funny enough, initially I wasn't a very anxious person. Like I usually don't get anxious for exams. So then I think I started getting influenced, like a lot of people around me, and then there's always this exam is very hard, this is this and this is that. So at some point I now found out that I started getting very anxious for exams. Like they made me very anxious. So far I don't know. Like in fact I've literally been anxious throughout. But I think the most significant one was a night to my exam. So I was panicking. I was panicking so bad. And then there was this essay test that we wrote that day. So they said we should write on something, on a topic that I thought like I knew this topic like at the back of my hand or something, and it was so easy. Only for me to now be told to write an essay on it, and I couldn't write the essay. So I felt so bad. I felt very. It just like it was as if to say it just aggravated the whole thing. And at the end of the day, I ended up walking out on that test or something. And eventually, I didn't go back to practice the essay. Like I just left it, and I went to the exam hall and it was right there. I felt so bad because I couldn't write the essay because I didn't go back to it, and it was like I was just grasping for straws in the hall and writing the much I could do, and I don't know, that was a very bad experience for me. So I feel like if I had calmed myself down and forgiving myself for not knowing how to write it and actually put my mind to learn it, I would have been able to do better at that point.
Alright, thank you so much, Ms. Okonkwo. Alright, I'll be giving the mic to Ms. Pechima to tell us how anxiety has affected her examination.
Okay, during my first attempt, I used to feel so anxious about exams. Like the morning of exam, I was in my room, I don't cry, I don't know what I was doing. But I feel like this present time, most times, I don't know, I just feel like it's doing myself like they don't even have exam, sorry. So during the first time, there's this thing that happened to me during my anatomy. So there's one thing that I learned, you will not know everything in that examination question. There's some question that you see, you don't be like, oh my god, I would have read this thing. No, you now start getting angry with yourself. So that was something that happened to me during the last time. So they gave us our anatomy our question paper. I started panicking because there was this question, I think it was three, that I wanted to read, but I was like, it's not come out, so I ignore it. That's the panic, that's the panicking. Instead of me to like start from the ones that I know, and that's the panicking. And this thing made me, even the ones that I knew, I didn't even remember it. Like they asked us to write long, and this write long was something like I was teaching my friends, like so to to like solidify what I read now. I was not thinking, like my head was just blank. I was like, Jesus, what's happening to me? Like that is how Jesus Christ. I was just looking at the clock. I was just looking at the clock. Like people were like right now. I was looking at the clock. I was confused. I didn't know what was even the exam hall until like it was like 30 minutes to the time. I think that was when my head kind of reset. So I was now like writing the ones I know before the now to paper, but I not finished though. So one thing that now changed for me this time around was that once they give exam question paper, there are questions that are yes, I don't know it. But instead of to start panicking and be like, oh my god, I would have read this thing now. I will start from the ones that I know, like and write it well and boost my confidence. And then those ones that I don't know, I tell myself, write something first. Something must come out from your head. So most I just first of all I just write the question, discuss ignore canal. Before you know it, something will start coming to your head. You won't even know how. You start to like write, you start like writing. But so once you just start panicking, like even the ones you know, everything will just happen from you. You just be scared and all that. So I feel like you just calm down first of all. Don't beat yourself up. Start from those ones you know, and those ones that you don't know. Write the question first. Something will enter your head. No way, like because most I just be like, God, please direct me. I don't be like, God, please hold my hands and write. I don't be like something like you must write, like your book must be empty. So you must always write something. So that's the thing.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Maduka. What about you, Mr. Zairi?
Okay, well, exam anxiety. Well, normally it doesn't affect me that much, but there's a particular time it affected me during my anatomy main exam. So, like, that pressure when you have a lot to cover, and anatomy has both embryo and histology, and you feel like you have not actually done anything in histology and embryology. So that's when exam anxiety hits me. So one thing it has affected me is that sometimes it will make me not to sleep when I'm meant to sleep that night of exam. I'll try to cover the whole scheme that night of exam. I end up sleeping like 1 hour or 2 hours, and that has affected me in one exam like that. So I came to the exam and I read that in that night of exam, but I couldn't write anything on it because it just left my head. Something I read the night because I didn't sleep and I was trying to bombard myself with so many topics at once. So I would advise anyone to just sometimes I have to be like, fuck it, like anything that happen, let it just happen. So even if I've not covered it, I'll just enter the hall and just feel like I should know it. So something like that.
Okay, but there's something one of my lecturers said, psychology lecturer, that there's a level of anxiety that helps you prepare for your exam very well, because if you are not anxious of the exam, you will not be reading, you will not put that effort in reading. But when the anxiety oversteps its border, then it now becomes a problem. So it's a mix of too much of everything is not good. So it's giving. So thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. Like even I myself have even learned so much from you guys. and I've learned so much from you guys, and I know that these advices that they will give will help every ASUM site out there to perform better in their exam, especially those coming up in their second MP. So I will see you guys later in our next podcast on So You Want to Pass episode 2. Bye bye.